So you're getting ready to go on a trip, and maybe it's for pleasure, maybe it's a business trip, maybe it's a trip of a lifetime, but you are in front of the daunting task of actually packing a suitcase. What do you need to bring to look cute? What do you need for your meetings? What do you need for your dinners out? What do you need during the day? What do you need to go to the beach? All of those things obviously are rolling through your mind, and it feels daunting to try to cram everything you need into a suitcase. And I have been known to be a little packing expert. I'm a very minimalist when it comes to my life and to living simply, but also when it comes to traveling. I used to actually take huge bags and get there and feel very bogged down by all of the stuff that I had. So I thought I would actually give you some of my travel packing hacks for you to implement into your next travel adventure. So join me, I'm Liz Logan, and you're watching LizTV. So like I said, I've been known to pack a lot of things into a very small space. And I get to the destination and my friends or my people I'm traveling with are just absolutely blown away with what comes out of my bag, because I'm an efficient packer and I've learned this skill after traveling all over the world. And I am of the opinion that I don't trust our travel system, sadly. So I only do carry-on luggage. Doesn't matter how long the trip is, I really try hard to get away with doing carry-on. If I absolutely have to, I was just on at the World Championships this spring for skiing, and so obviously that was a little different deal that I had to check a bag, but that was probably the first time in a long time that I've had to do that. So I'm going to show you today all of my little packing hacks that I have implemented to make packing super easy and really condensed so that you can enjoy your trip. You're not bogged down with all this stuff that you have to bring, and you have everything you need. So it's more about just getting your mindset around what you actually need before you pack your bags. So let's get started. So I am actually getting ready to go on a 3-prong trip. I have to go to San Diego for business. Then I'm going to the Bahamas, and then I'm going back to Mexico. So I'm kind of all over the board. I've got a little bit of business. I've got a lot of beach vacation, but some nice dinners out as well. So here is all the things that I've laid out that I'm going to take with me. So I've got I always bring a yoga mat because I like doing stretching, Pilates, yoga. I'll probably be doing stand-up paddleboarding as well, but I like having that mat. I've got a lot of different swimsuits and cover-ups, as you can see here. So this is my whole beach section. I've got 2 pairs of flip-flops, tennis shoes. I may or may not bring those. I like another pair that I'll probably pack that I forgot to grab. And then I start to get into my nighttime wear. So here's some outfits that I'm going to be wearing throughout the course of my trip. So those are my more nice section. I always try to wear on the plane bulky things, things that are going to take up room, like shoes, or, if I need to wear pants at some point, I usually wear pants on the plane, a jacket if that's the case. So I always wear that on the plane and then have it if I'm bringing a wrap or a scarf, something like that. Then I have actually a pair of sandals. I've put 2 pairs of sandals out. I'll probably only take 1. So again, with my shoes, everyone always asks me about shoes. On this particular trip, I'm doing 2 pairs of flip-flops, pair of tennis shoes, a pair of sandals, and then whatever else I wear on the plane. Now, obviously, you can swap these out for heels if you're on a business trip or whatever else. So I've laid everything out. It's not how I'm going to pack it. Here's my lingerie and socks, that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to show you, this is actually, for this particular trip, this is what my supplies are going to be. So this is my carry-on bag. You can actually see, I'm going to do a separate part to this about how to pack my carry-on, but I always like to have little bags inside my carry-on so I can find things easily. I'm going to see which hats I want. I usually take 2 to 3 hats because I don't like my face in the sun. So this trip is big sun. And then I have my cute little Tumi bag that I am just absolutely in love with. I'll give you a tour of that. It's a tiny bag. So I'll show you the finished product in just a second. But this is what I do, is I lay everything out. I like to really coordinate even down to the jewelry, which I didn't do here, but I like to lay everything out as if I'm putting on the outfit so that I don't have to worry about it. My life is busy and full, so sometimes when I get to places, I don't have time to search and coordinate which outfits I put together. I just like to pack them that way. So this is all of the things that we are now going to pack into this little bag. So once I open up my suitcase, I actually use a lot of the travel cubes, which is really a space saver for me. So I'm gonna put all my resources down below this video, but I use all of these little pouches to make sure that I'm using the best use of space. So we're gonna pack these up. On the other side, I've got a few more. Again, this bag is an international carry-on bag, so it's not a big bag, but I promise you, I can fit a lot of stuff in here. So I've got 3 more little packing cubes. So I have a total of 6 in here. We'll see what we end up using for this trip. So let's get started. Now we've opened the suitcase, and I've kind of condensed things just to make it a quicker video so you don't have to watch me roll. But these were all of my swimsuit sections and cover-ups. So I put them into one of these packs. So you just roll everything. So even swimsuits I'm rolling, and then you're gonna zip that bag up. So there's, I don't know, I have 6 swimsuits, 6 cover-ups probably, maybe even more. I like to have 2 swimsuits at least a day in case I get wet. So here's 1 cube, so that's done. The nice thing about these 2 is that when you get to wherever you're going, these can be shelf liners. I'm kind of a germaphobe when it comes to hotels. I've spent my fair share of days in hotels when I was a corporate event planner. So this is a great thing to have to pack and then use it as a shelf liner. So we're gonna put this, I think we'll probably put this over here. So you tuck it in, and again, you're using as much space as you possibly can, okay? So then the other thing we're gonna do is, here is all of my dresses and kind of dinner attire. I also have a few business things in there. So we are gonna put this tightly. The nice thing too is, it's interesting, but sorry, wrong end. You would think that this would make everything wrinkle. It actually saves your stuff from really wrinkling. So you're gonna put it in there nice and tight. Make sure you can kind of iron out the ends of it. And then the other side will go. So again, you're creating these little packages, if you will. So here's your other pack. This has, I think I have 8 outfits for going out because I'm going on a 10-day trip. So this is for 10 days that we're doing this video. So I'm gonna put this one over in this section. And again, you kind of tuck it in to make sure that it can get there. And then I have my intimates and socks and stuff, so those are super easy, that you don't need a ton of those. So I put them in one of my smaller little kits, so that's that. Let's see, I'm gonna put that probably over here in a second. And then here are some other, I didn't fill this one, I may go back and fill it with other stuff like leftover stuff, but there's my sports bras, and my other bra. If I have, typically I'm trying to do like 2 bras with, sports bras as well. So that'd go there, and then this other little one is gonna just tuck right in here. Now the nice thing is that if you had like I'm gonna bring remember that yoga mat that I had? So this is just a towel essentially, but I'm gonna lay this in here. Again, utilizing as much space as I can. So we're gonna lay that there. Then I have my tennis shoes that I packed. We're gonna put those in here. And then remember those 2 pairs of flip-flops. I always have shoe bags because, again, sanitary-wise, like you're going into restaurants, bars, airports, it's disgusting what we walk in. So then that would all go over there. This has a little seatbelt side of it, so that's that. If there's anything else you need to put in here, you could. But the rest of everything that I'm packing, just trying to think if there's anything I'm missing. I may actually be able, which I always like to carry a water bottle. So I may just stick this in right in this little, I have a little bit of space right here. So to me, if my bag isn't really nice and packed, I feel like I'm missing opportunity. The other thing I could do is put a brush in here, just so I have, you know, that corner occupied, or if you're traveling with a hair dryer or curling iron, make sure that the suitcase actually zips up. There's a little bit of extra space here because this is high, so you could get maybe a little more leveraged space if you wanted to. But essentially, this is gonna zip really pretty nicely, and you have yourself a nice, small, I mean, this is like 19-inch international carry-on. So that's gonna be your main suitcase, and now we're gonna go into your carry-on bag. But we just got 10 days of clothes, shoes, everything you could possibly need in this bag. So there you go. Get those cubes, they're down below this video. I'm gonna also give you the resource of this bag because I absolutely love Tumi. If you don't wanna spend the money on a Tumi bag, you can get something equivalent, but this thing is just super, super cute. So anyways, and it's got 4 wheels. I highly recommend that. I'm gonna show you how this all comes together and what you'll look like walking down the runway, or not the runway, the jetway. So we'll go on to carry-on bag next. Okay, so the final part of this video is your carry-on bag. And so this trip for me, like I said, I'm going to the beach, so I am packing a beach bag. So I'm gonna show you what the components are to that. First of all, I love having like a fun, cute bag. So I've got a pair, you know, I actually, in the last video, I put my flip-flops in my main bag, and then these are my sandals, like my dress-up kind of wedges. I would actually flip those, so I would put these into my main bag and the flip-flops into this bag just because they're lighter. But anyways, so I'm gonna start with that. We're gonna put those in here to give the bag a little weight. And this is just an open bag, so there's no compartments. Sometimes I like having compartments, sometimes it feels confusing to me, but anyways, this is my makeup. So I leave all my makeup stuff in here all the time anyways. But this is my makeup bag. And then here are all of my toiletries. So I'll save that for a second. I'm bringing my snorkel mask and snorkel. I actually couldn't find my snorkel, so I may have to go search that down. But I am gonna bring my mask, so I'll put that in there. So that's gonna go in there. And then I've got a couple hats, obviously you can see that. So I have this, again, I like bags inside of bags. So I have this cute little zipper bag. I'm actually gonna put, if you don't know about these, I'll send them at the end of the video. These are makeup remover and cleanser wipes. They're awesome for travel. They're by Beauty Counter. Phenomenal, phenomenal. They've got some nice nourishing aspects to it. But so I just use this for sure. I've got a nice color palette that I love using. I use this every day, but this is also from Beauty Counter. So I'm gonna stick that in my eyeshadow palette. Here's some little thyroid supplements that I need to take. So I put that in there. My toothbrush, that's gonna go in there. I like these little rollers for my hair when I don't have access to a dryer. So I'm gonna stick a couple of those in. So you can see, like, I'm trying to still enjoy what I bring. It's not like I'm skimping on what I bring. Here's my brush. In last video, I said that could probably fit in my other suitcase, but it's fitting just fine in this little bag, so that's fine. And then all of my jewelry, I put in a little pouch like this. Now this is a beach vacation, so I'm not bringing a ton of jewelry. But if I needed to bring more jewelry, it would actually probably go in its own pouch, something like this, and I would have small little bags for each outfit or whatever to coordinate what I'm using. So we're not gonna use this bag for that. I'm just gonna put this little jewelry pouch into my beach, little beach cosmetic bag. So that's pretty much all that's gonna go in there. So you have that bag, I've got my makeup bag. I do all toiletries that are obviously have to be 3 ounces or less. I have no problem doing this. For 10 days, I've actually gone to Bali and the Maldives for 3 weeks with this amount of product. Product goes a long way, so just remember that. because I don't like the plastic bags, depending on, I'm TSA pre-check, so I may just stick this in here because I think it's cuter. But you obviously, if you have to show the plastic bag, it needs to be separated and out. So then you're just gonna put all of this stuff into your bag. So obviously do it in a way that feels like it makes some sense. But again, because you have all these baggies, you know, look, it's not messy in there. There's nothing falling out. There's no craziness. I'm gonna bring my small iPad for reading because again, I'm gonna be on the ocean a lot. So a book, I love a book, actually more than this, but a book isn't feasible as much because if I finish the book, then I won't have anything else to read. So I'm sticking that in. I'm also, because I'm going on a business trip, instead of bringing my laptop, this is my iPad with the keyboard. Highly recommend this too. Here, let me show you, just in case you don't know about it. But this is what I use if I need my computer, but I don't want to bring my computer, so this is the bigger iPad. So I'm sticking that in too because I do need to do some work at the beginning of this trip, which is why it's been a little bit tricky to pack. So now you can see I still have some room here. I forgot to put my sunglasses, so my sunglasses and my wallet. I bring just a small little either crossbody bag or just a beach bag for this particular trip. That will go in here with, obviously, with my credit cards and IDs. And then hats. I actually have one more hat too that I'm bringing, which is a visor, because when I go stand up paddleboarding, I don't like sun in my face, so one of these hats will equal that. I put them in together, so if I have 3 hats, all 3 hats will go. They'll just sit nicely on top. And now I have my nice carry-on bag ready to go. So I'm gonna show you the final look of everything together. So here is your final, my video's not set right, but here's your final bag. This is your final luggage. This is all you have, all you're gonna be carrying. You've got your little duffel. I have to kneel on the floor because it's so little. And then you've got your carry-on bag. You've got everything you need. I am now headed to a shower because I've got to catch a flight. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you back at some point on LizTV. Take care.